Hey y'all, how you doing? If you saw my last video, you will hear me talk about and you will notice that my lips was crusty. But they ain't crusty no more because I got me some lip gloss now. Victoria's Secret, baby. Shorty water whipped them edges. We ready to go to bed, so I'm not putting no gel on my hair. So anyways, to the subject. How to create a place in your mind. I'm working on a beading project, so I'll be looking up and down. This is what I'm working on. A headband for my daughter. How to create a place in your mind. So nobody taught me how to create a place in my mind. And I originally got the idea for it from a video about how to create an entity. And I heard the guy in the video, I don't remember what channel, who it was, what video it was. You can look up how to create an entity if you want to know more about that, because I have not created, well, consciously created one. Because we create entities all the time, I believe. So yeah, I heard him mention that, you know, you can make things with your mind. And he said something about him having castles, entire castles that he can go to. And I thought that sounded very interesting. So I decided I'm gonna make me a place in my mind. And so I did. I now have 2 different places. I won't go into much detail about the places that I have made, but I'll go into a little bit of detail. So it really started out, the first place I made, it really started out with me trying to work with the root chakra. And as most of you probably know, red is associated with the root chakra. So I decided I was going to make a red world. And I would create it while I was laying in bed at night, getting ready to go to sleep. I started off with, okay, I knew that I needed to start off from square one, ground zero. I needed to start from nothing to make something. So I started off in the dark. The darkness, nothing, which is everything. Then God made light. And when I think about it, I try to think back, like, okay, it was light, and then I started to create a room. But I'm like, what was the light lighting? Mind places can be as complicated as you want them to be. Even just starting the very basics of it is time consuming and energy consuming. So I started off with light, I believe. I started this when I was pregnant, and my daughter is going to be 1 next month. So this is a while ago. And I started off with a room. And I decided that the room was going to be 10 by 10. So with my mind, I built walls. And the way I built these walls was through visualization. Visualization is a muscle. the more you do it, the stronger your visuals become. Visualization can be very complicated and draining, as I said, because we have very short attention spans. One of the hardest things with visualization is just staying in your visual, because it's easy to let a million other things flood your mind and take over before you even have the chance to create anything. So I started by making walls, 10 by 10, and they were red, since I was making a red world. Not quite like the red in the bag on the shelf behind me, but a deeper, like a light burgundy red. So in order to make these walls really stay in my mind, I began to fill them up, like feel them up. I would start in one corner, like you see the corner back there by the door. Light up my hand. I would take my hand, reach all the way to the ceiling, bow. Put my hand, jam it in the wall. This is in my mind, if you not understanding that. And slide my hand all the way down the wall. Boom. Until my hand would hit the ground or the floor. Now this I'm visualizing with my mind. And then I would take my hand and I would do that along the floor. Like the seam between the wall and the floor, the crack. I would do the same thing. And believe me, this took a long time, just doing that simple thing, visualizing myself and feeling it. But the more you do it, the easier it is. Now here I am, a year and a half, almost 2 years later, and I can go right into my mind places and get to feeling stuff, and I can feel the sensations of the things that I'm doing. Is it hot? Is it cold? Is something smooth? Is it gritty? Is it sandy? Is it... How do I feel? Like, a lot of it is hard to explain, I guess, but simple at the same time. So I proceeded to go around and feel up every crack and crevice of the room. And it was just a simple, oh snap, something fell off. A simple, I haven't sewed it on yet. It was just glued on. It was a simple 10 by 10 room. 10 feet by 10 feet walls. And then 10 feet high. So 10 by 10 by 10. And so at first I was seeing just having light, but it wasn't really coming from anywhere. And then that's when I realized that I needed to create actual light, I guess. See, as you go along, you'll realize that you are really building a world from the ground up. And it can be anything that you want it to be. It can be just like the world we live in right now, or it can be as fantasy fueled and mythology fueled and whatever, imagination fueled. You can make it really be wherever you want. You have all the power right within your mind. But is your mind really right here? Is your mind right here when you go to your mind place? I don't know. So then I visualized the light coming from the ceiling. It was in the middle of the ceiling. And then I decided I was sick of being in this room and I needed to get out. And all this was not easy as it sounds. As I said, it took me a while of laying with my eyes closed in bed, focusing, staying in the moment, staying in the visual, feeling this place up and feeling the sensations with my mind, how the wall feels on my hand. So anyways, I decided that I needed to get out. And in order to get out, I would need to create a door. So I did. But before I created a door, I realized that I wanted something to help direct my energy inside of my visualizations. So I created a magic wand, which is also a key. And for convenience sake. So, and also for convenience sake, I kind of made it so that I can pull it. It stays right here on my neck, but I can pull it. It retracts and extends the necklace it's on. It's a golden key. And whatever I need, if I need a key, the key unlocks any door in this mind place of mine. Whatever I need, if I need a wand to create something, that's what it is when I grab it. If I need a key to unlock something, that's what it is when I grab it. And when I'm done with it, it retracts and rests right on my heart. So I created a door. The door is a pretty fancy dark wood stained door with golden hardware, handles and hinges. Fancy. That's a fancy doorknob and lock. I want it to be cute and pretty. It is whatever you make it, so you can be as simple or as fancy as you want. So I created this door, and I opened it. Now it's funny how things will happen when you're already in your mind place. When you're creating, things will kind of create themselves as well. Well, they do for me. I don't know how it'll work for you. I know I have a pretty wild imagination, so things kind of create themselves a lot of times. So when I opened this door, it led to outside. And right here is where I had to decide what's outside. What's outside of this door? My favorite flower is a tulip. So I decided that it would be a red tulip field. So I walked through the doorway and out into this red tulip field. But then I realized, like, okay, am I gonna just walk right out into the tulip field, or am I going to, is there a path that I walk through? See, with I think that was the gate outside. We live in a cottage behind a duplex. And the neighbors come through the gate at nighttime right next to our house. And it scares the shit out of me every time. Especially, well, just only at night. Only at night it scares me. Because it sounds like somebody at our back door. But anyways, you will see that everything has to be created by you. It takes a lot of thinking things out for them to actually manifest. With certain things, and other things kind of, you know, especially once you get more practice, more of a seasoned mind place creator, then you will start to see things kind of just create themselves instantaneously with the thought. With the desire. So I tried to look up online like more about this practice that I was doing, and I couldn't find anything. Nothing. All I could find was like stuff about writing a novel or like making up a movie like universe or whatever. I couldn't find anything specifically about what I was doing. I did find things about creating a mind palace where you kind of have a visualization of something in your mind, and then you use it to help memorize things. So you would place things in certain parts of the image in your mind, place certain memories, like right here where this wood pencil thing, the sky is blue. That's one memory. At the doorknob, the sun is shining. The sun's not shining, the moon is though. Well, the sun is shining somewhere. But the gold jar, the grass is green. So that's just some examples, simple examples of what it was. And like in a way, kind of reading about that helped me a little bit with my building techniques, I guess, or like memorizing. I don't know, but yeah, that's all I could find. I couldn't really find anything about the practice, so I decided that I have to do it on my own without having anybody else teach me how to do it. Something that you should definitely try to do as much as possible. Some things you need a teacher to teach you, but a lot of things, and I think a lot of the most important inner spiritual work is what you teach yourself, because that's what spirituality all about. Spirituality all about. It's all about your own personal journey. I don't know if y'all heard that. That was the gate again. I just finished the circle around this. I just did the blue beads. It's not that straight, but hey, this is my first project like this, so I'm just learning, practicing, and I'm very proud of it. And I know my daughter will cherish it. I'm getting tired. Sleepy. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna go to bed by 2. Lately I've been staying up until about 5 a.m. Ever since the full moon the other day, I've been up till about 5 a.m. So I think that's enough about my personal mind. place, and I just want to go back more into detail about the practice itself. So I guess I tried a couple times to like think of a name for the place I created. It's like a whole world, but I haven't thought of anything yet. I don't want to just give it some stupid name. I think the name of the place will come to me while I'm there. Nowadays, I done built a whole house there, a whole dream home there, in my mind, place. And it's very nice. I can go there and do whatever I want. I can go there and just chill, cuddle with the fam. Or I can go there and do a whole entire ritual. I can do whatever I want, and you can do whatever you want. If I need to get away, go to my mind place. So trying to figure out what I want to do next as far as my beading project. Need some water. If you thirsty, get you some water. If you ain't drink any water today, drink you some water. Water is life. That's the truth. So, in your mind place. And a mind place doesn't really have to be. My phone's on 15%. Mind place doesn't really have to be somewhere that you creating from scratch. Honestly, like I said before, it could be anything that you want it to be. Anything. Your mind place could be in your own home that you actually live in, or a place you visited, or a place that you saw on TV or on the internet, and then you're going there. I don't know if you see yourself there, or if you just feel yourself there, or if you're just seeing images. It kind of is wherever your mind takes you and wherever you strive to go and however you strive to make it. It's like infinite possibilities, like for real, for real, for real, for real. Please let me know in the comments if any of you do something like this. So, I feel like the most important thing for me as far as like creating a space is feeling it up. Is really taking my hands and my bare feet and feeling the surfaces of things. That's what makes it concrete. That's what makes it real in my mind. Feeling the texture. I feel like the whole mind place thing for me is kind of like a video game. It really is. Like, you know how with a video game you kind of go, like something like GTA or something, you kind of go too far too quick and you kind of got to wait for things to load up. That's how mind place can be sometimes. You keep things kind of just like as you move, they load up into whatever you make them be. The data. So I don't know if it's like it would be like that for everybody, like having to feel stuff up. I know for me that's how it works. I don't know if that has anything to do with my love language being touch / physical being touch / physical affection. I got the physical affection part from a quiz I took online. What is your love language? So there's basically 5 basic love languages. And I already knew that mine was touch. And taking that quiz confirmed it for me. So I think that might have something to do with it, or that might just be what it is. I don't know. Anyways. Yeah. So yeah, the more I fill things up, the more real they become. As I create things, I fill them up to make them more permanent. Now in my mind, I've like decided, okay, so remember, like I said, I have 2 different mind places I've created. I've thought about creating more, but I don't want to overwhelm myself trying to create these memory places. Create these mind places in my memory. I want them to be strong. And the more you go to your mind place, the stronger it becomes. So you don't want to get yourself too overwhelmed. Another important thing is to take your time. Go slow. You just go running up in that mug. It's kind of hard to make something that you can go back to. Like, sure, you could do a whole visualization of, you doing whatever, and it just happens. But if you want to go back to it, you're going to go there and do whatever you want to do. You're going to have to take your time, shorty. Gonna have to let the data load. Let the graphics load. So yeah, I only have 2 places. I've been doing this, like I said, for like a year and a half, and I've created 2 different places. So with the red world kind of just transformed. It's not a red world anymore. It's just a whatever world. Whatever I make it. But I go there and I'm there and my family is there. My cat is there. And we be chilling. There's also another place I created. For now, I kind of just call it the pyramid place. Excuse me. Y'all know what them Inca pyramids look like? It's like a pyramid, step pyramid, and at the top there's like the room with the doorway. That's what my pyramid place consists of. I made a pyramid. Right now, all I have is the room on top. So what I've really been working on with that is just trying to walk up the steps. You will not believe how hard it has been. I've tried many times to walk up the steps into the room, because before trying to walk up the steps, I would either just pop up upstairs in the room, or I would like just float up there. But I feel like once I can walk up them steps and feel myself walking up them, that's gonna make it even more real. But it's been hard. I've only gotten up 4 steps. I've been really feeling them up with my feet. I've been walking up them barefooted in my mind. Just trying to really get a feel for them so that they can really become real, and so that when I get to my pyramid place, I can just walk up the steps and go into my room. So I'm gonna do a video and kind of do a basic, help you start a basic mind place. I mean, if you want to, you could start one right now. But if you need, I'm gonna make that video to help. Just kind of lay down a basic thing that you could build off of. Basic outline. Do I have anything else to say right now about Mind Place? The only person I've really taught this to how to do it so far is my sister. So she started kind of building her mind place or whatever. I still have yet to like really talk to her about her experiences more. But I've really encouraged you to try, because a mind place can be a beautiful thing. A beautiful place to go to escape to go to relax, to go to and unwind, to go to and do things that you can't do outside of your mind place. So you should really consider it. And let me know your experiences. In the comments of my next video. Which will be titled Creating a Mind Place. No, it will be titled Let's Create a Mind Place, because we're going to do it together. So, I think that'll be it for right now. I thank you all for watching. Let live and let love.